very, very important. And they just kind of stood the hair up on my neck. They told me that I need to leave this location. Okay? And the reason that they're telling me to leave this location is because on our last little walk, as we came right up through here, we made this little bend right through there, and we came from down there. They said right down, there he is right there. Do y'all see him? Hey! Son of a bitch. There's somebody here, guys. We can't fucking stay here with somebody, ignorant son of a bitch. Yeah. And I know Jesse will be documenting this for me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Abnormal Investigations. It's good to see everybody tonight. And I came on and I remembered to turn the volume down so I did not squeal in your ears. Most of the time, I'll turn it on and just about deafen everybody. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. I've been having a pretty good night. It is cold here in Oklahoma. We got cold temperatures. It's like 36 degrees with about a 40-mile-an-hour wind out of the north. So, not a real good night out there tonight. I really don't have a real big intro tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring Jesse in so we can start getting things rolling around here. Randy is going to be out tonight, so looks like it's just going to be us.
Alrighty.
Turn up my volume just. There you are. There we go.
Okay.
So I guess a few things we got going on is for the Patreon people. We're going to be doing the Patreon recording. When did we say?
I don't know.
Maybe tomorrow. maybe tomorrow if you're free.
Sure.
Because I know we was wanting to drop it the first, right? 1st of December.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'll drop the 1st of December. We're going to be doing a Patreon recording. We're doing it over the Corey Godsey case. That was a real famous case that whenever I had first started, it was one of the first ones I had investigated, went over and gave my opinion on. I was immediately met with skepticism over my investigative skills. And, right or wrong, I'm all about, people having different opinions and stuff like that. I think that's healthy. I think it makes us look harder, and I think it helps us dig deeper. So what I done is I went deeper since there's Inner Psychic. Good to see you tonight. Haven't seen you in a while. The Clough is in the house tonight. The Possum in the flesh. We got Grace in here. We got Figgy is in here tonight. Good to see you, Figgy. It's always a pleasure to see everybody here tonight. The Abnormal family. Our warriors are here tonight, guys. We do have some pretty cool things coming up. Where was I at, though? I got sidetracked on Figgy.
What's coming up? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
so somebody go ahead and time Figgy out for that. No, what we got? what we got going on is the Corey Godsey case. It was there was a lot of opinions in that case, and there was some people that gave statements that said they were at the actual location that I spoke with. I don't know if that is true or not. One of the individuals that stated to me that they went to the location had conversations with one of the family members was Kirk Reed. He was a co-host on the show for a while, and he has now passed away. So prayers to his family, and that was bad news. I hated to hear that. Me and him spent a lot of shows together, and I know that doing this research was a big passion of his. And when I looked into that case, there was just a lot of things at the time that weren't available like there is now. And as time passes on any case, more stuff becomes more available because loose lip sinks ships, right? I mean, everybody starts talking. Nobody can usually keep a secret unless, you're in an organization that might leave a newspaper on your doorstep with a fish in it or a horse's head in your bed. But, other than that, you're probably people are going to talk. Hey, Infinite Seven, good to see you. Vicky, good to see you also. But yeah, we're going to do. It'll have to be a Patreon because of I have the autopsy report. We're going to go over everything. It's going to be pretty graphic. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people as to what was released, as to what I was able to find out now. it's going to be an interesting Patreon. You're not going to want to miss it. If you're not a Patreon member and you believe that these things are not evil, this might be the one for you. But of course, we'll go over it, and I'll give my opinion. I'm sure Jessie will give her opinion. I don't know if Randy, probably not going to be available for the Patreon. So, Clough, we may have you come in as a third person to give an opinion. What do you think, Jessie? Is Clough up for that?
Sure.
You think he is?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Can we get the mighty possum's opinion?
Unless he's already crashed by now.
He probably is. Another thing that we got coming up is on the 5th of December, guys. We have Brian from the Black Mass is going to be joining us again. He'll be coming in on the 5th. We have Thursday on the 4th. Now, guys, this right here, I think y'all are going to love this. If the weather cooperates, Wednesday, I've got a live planned. And then we're going to turn right back around Thursday, and that's a Boots on the Ground. Wednesday's a Boots on the Ground. Thursday, a Boots on the Ground. Then we're going to roll into the Friday with Brian from Black Mass coming on. So 3 hard-hitting lives coming up at the very beginning of December. And then if anybody in our chat would like to come on Saturday, we have an opening that night. If you have an encounter you'd like to come on and share with us, email us. Let the moderators know in chat tonight that you're interested and you'd like to come on and share. Or we'll figure something else to do Saturday. We're really going to kick. I told Jessie that we're going to take December and we're going to go out with a bang on December. I really want to have a big December. So we're going to work really hard on December for both channels, Wide Open too. But that be the plan. I'm working on some other guests coming on in December. I just haven't got any confirmation. I did, Jessie, receive information today I didn't get to tell you about. There is a channel going to be getting in contact with you and I. They want us to come on their channel. So, yeah, I found that out just a little while ago, and that they're going to be reaching out. So they want us to come on their channel. It's a really good channel. You'll enjoy it. It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
So let's talk about tonight's subject, shall we?
Let's go.
Shall we?
Yes.
I think there's a person that says that. I'm probably going to get myself in trouble now. Anyhow, I do that anyways. That's okay, though. I should be safe tonight. I'm sitting, so that shouldn't get me in trouble with my disability. But anyways, so with the star people, I honestly didn't know a whole lot about them. I know that they are big in Native American. Pretty much all the Native Americans have some story of a starman.
Mm-hmm.
Some are different than others, but I noticed that they did have a lot of similarities. I read a short story today before the show. That
Way to cram.
Well, it was really bothersome too. What I found out, which gave me an even more in-depth opinion as to what I believe they are. Let's start out with you. I'll let you take this and kind of steer us in it because I know you know a lot more about this subject than I do. First time a woman actually knows more than me. So I'll let you start with it. Kind of get myself in trouble.
Well, I know that
I had my oats tonight. Go ahead.
I know that like there is a Native American lore about, and don't come at me because to me it's a story. I've only heard it a few times, but and I know that a lot of people will say, no, this is our history. But from my perspective, it's a story to me because I've only heard it as a story. So the story goes that there was a group of children that were, they wanted to become older or be adults. And so they went and they were doing the sacred adult dance, and they snuck out of their camp, and the adults ended up, um, I'm trying to think of how the story goes. They came across a spirit in the woods, and the spirit, they avoided the spirit, and they went to the shores to do this dance. And this dance was a sacred dance that would actually call down the star people and call them up to the stars. And they ended up being scolded by the spirit and told them that they weren't old enough, they weren't knowledgeable enough, and that they needed to go back to their camps and learn and grow before they could do this. So they went back to the camps and they ended up doing this. And there were, the oldest one ended up having some dreams in which they saw, I'm probably getting this backtracked. There was a elder in the tribe. Have you heard this story at all?
There was not this exact story, but I did the children you're talking about. There was
Yeah.
a gentleman that I read about, and he kind of talked about what you're talking about. It was not necessarily that the children got in trouble. It was the star people did not like to be around the children, that the star people kind of feared the children. And there was a reverend that had an opinion on this. And the opinion that he shared on this was the star people were afraid of the children because the children had not reached the age of accountability, and they were still under the protection of Christ.
Mm, okay.
So it was pretty interesting.
Well, that makes sense. See, now the story I heard, because of course Christ wasn't at all acknowledged in the story that I had originally heard, a couple times, but it was, yeah, that there were, and one of the things that actually made me even think about some of the stuff that they were actually experiencing was one of the elders ended up having a bad spirit, they called it. And so they had to do a spirit dance with masks. And only people that were allowed to be part of that ceremony to remove the bad spirit were the ones that had ever had a bad spirit in them themselves that had been removed, or had seen these masks in their dreams. And the eldest child ended up seeing the masks in their dreams. And so that was one of the things in which the child then knew that they were at that point where they were like old enough or accountable for things, and they had the visions. And so the child ended up taking the rest of the kids and went back out and did this dance, and they were called up to the stars. And that is like the 7 stars that they see in the skies. And that's where the star people come back from. I'm sure I probably butchered it. It's been a long time since I've heard this story.
Well, it almost sounds like they were preparing the children for the star people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So that's like that's the story of, the beginning of the star people. And I think the Pleiades and where they're coming back from. Because then now they're supposed to, now after all of that, the star people that have been coming back to give stories and teach and all of that other stuff, they have stated that white man will come from the east, which is where a lot of the stories have come from, where they thought that the eastern settlers that were coming over were actually the star people.
That kind of falls into a little bit of the story that I read today, a little bit different. So I noticed that there was some biblical similarities whenever I was reading up on the star people. For instance, I'll say it correctly this time. The Anunnakis and the fallen angels, and being taught the things that we weren't supposed to know, how to make weapons, how to read the stars, alchemy, things of that nature that we weren't supposed to know, that they were teaching us. The star people were teaching the natives this also. And it was really interesting to me whenever I guess I took a deep dive, I guess, kind of, because when you go down into it, and I was reading, what I found was fascinating was the star people weren't really their friends. I mean, they kind of make it sound like that they were their friends, but when you read it from the outside, you get a different perspective of what they were. Because, okay, in one of the stories, this star person had came from the heavens, and he would sit up on this like hill. He was always, up on the hill, and I guess, signifying he was greater than them, higher than them.
Mhm.
So what he required of them was to bring gold. And the natives, they had gold and turquoise and silver, and they were into jewelry making and stuff like that. So what they done is they told them, they said, you bring us the gold, and for the gold that they brought, they would teach them something. So the natives got to where they were taking them gold. Now, the natives were not as advanced as the white civilization. So the natives weren't able to bring them as much gold as, I guess, what they wanted. And the way I was reading it, there wasn't just one star person here at that time. There were several, but they were in different parts of the world, I guess, taking over those populations or trying to get people to worship them or whatever. And so the star people were telling these natives, bring us gold, bring us gold, bring us gold. Well, they would take them gold. Well, what they started doing is when they would take gold, they would start making bracelets for the natives. And if you didn't get enough gold to get the next bracelet with the new symbol on it, and they were caught without that bracelet, chop their hand off. They would lose their hand. So they were getting, the gold as fast as they could, but they did not have the technology as the white man. And it goes to make a long story short, the white man was more advanced as far as tools and shovels and picks and stuff like that, because they were, they were mining, and there were the great gold rushes, and, so the white man was able to produce more gold and minerals to the star people than what the natives were. So because they were able to do that, the white man was able to get gunpowder, rifles, better weapons. The natives were taught more of a bow and arrows and slingshots, spears, hatchets, knives, to where the white man was getting more stuff because they was getting more gold. They were learning more of the secrets. And the natives actually ended up making a deal with the star people. The natives couldn't get enough gold, but for some reason, turquoise became important to them. And so they started giving them turquoise, gold, silver, minerals, salt. Salt was a big thing back then, it said. It said salt was huge, and they would give them salt. Well, the natives pretty much traded their minerals for the knowledge of medicinal purposes. They taught them medicines, how to use the plants of the earth, how to, cure sickness and disease and infections and fevers, and they were teaching them medicine. They were learning medicine. The white man seemed to be more worried about how do they kill each other. They wanted weapons of war, they wanted guns, they wanted gunpowder, they wanted military stuff. So that they said that's kind of how all that began, and then eventually it all clashed together, and the white man ended up learning, medicinal stuff from the Indians, and then the Indians and the wars that they would have, they would kill the white guys and they would take their rifles, and it all just kind of started intermixing.
It makes me think of the story about Eisenhower and how he was given the choice by the two sets of quote aliens for either they could give him the knowledge and the ability to have peace uh, and sustainable resources, or could give him the knowledge of war. And where'd it go? Right to the war. It's very similar to that. But yeah, it all does make me think right back to the whole alien aspect, and I believe that aliens aren't actually extraterrestrial beings. And
I don't think anything, and this is just my opinion, I don't believe anything comes from outer space.
Mhm.
I believe what we're dealing with is coming from within the earth. I believe that the 411 cases, where the kids go missing, I think they're taken underground. And I don't know if a lot of people have had this chance to be able to do this, but if you ever get a chance to visit a cave and you take just a tour inside of a cave, and you have to remember you're only going through just a very small part of this cave, because these caves, they network everywhere. You're only seeing a little bit of it.
Mhm.
It was so amazing whenever I went into a cave in Missouri. I went in there twice, actually. I was so amazed by it. The name of the cave is Marvel Cave, if anybody wants to look it up. And it's a really cool place. They have an angel, they call it, inside of the cave. When you go down in there, they turn out all the lights. And then they have lights that are fixated on the angel. They call it the angel because it's actually rock that is formed above you. It looks like an angel with the wings spread. It's beautiful. But it's so large under there. It is, my God. You get to this one part, and you're walking inside of a railing, and you get down there, and they got, the lights are set up inside of there, and they turn this light on, and this light shines over on this little old, it's just like a shack, man. It's like an old little log cabin looking thing with the grass top. And that was where The Shepherd of the Hills was actually written. The guy that wrote Shepherd of the Hills, I cannot remember his name. It was right on the tip of my tongue. I'll think of it in a second. He actually lowered himself down through this hole way up above you. So he actually found this hole. The first, not the guy that wrote it, but the guy that discovered the cave. He found this crack up in the earth, and he lowers himself down with a lantern. And when he lowers himself down, he hits the bottom, or what he perceives as the bottom. But what he doesn't know is where he landed. He was on an island, because off of that island was another 800 feet down.
Oh.
Mark Twain. That's where he wrote that. Mark Twain wrote it. And
I looked it up. It said who wrote Shepherd of the Hills? Harold Bell, right?
Yeah, I think I'm getting confused here. Somebody will correct me in chat. The writer, he was a famous writer. He lived in that little shack. I probably got it confused. I'm tired. I made 2 mistakes tonight. But what was so scary? Well, what was I forgot to send you the link. So what was
nobody knew that.
What was so scary is you're standing on this railing, right? Pitch black underneath you, and they turn on the lights, and it's like, oh my God, it's so much more. There's a lake under there. They have never found the end of it. Divers divers have tried to find the end of it, they've never found the end. They run out of oxygen before they can find the end of the lake.
That's scary. Oof.
Yeah, and they're swimming under rock. So there's no way up once they start in.
Mm-mm.
So I don't even know how they do that.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So pretty crazy. It was pretty interesting. But if you start thinking about it, these creatures could be living anywhere inside of the earth. I mean, that's just a small little bitty cave that, they said was safe enough to walk people through, right?
Mhm.
So these things are no telling where they're at. Another thing that I thought was pretty interesting is the water in that cave is potable. You can drink it. So if you have a lake that you can't find the end of it, doesn't that mean that if there's creatures down there, then they have plenty of water to drink?
Mm-hmm.
So it really makes you wonder a lot of that stuff. And, there's something been happening on our boots on the ground that I don't even understand what it is or what's going on. I thought about this last night.
Did you see Vicky's comment?
What she say? No, Mike, you made 3 mistakes tonight. Your verse was saying you're smarter than all women. Now I'm going to need disability. Well, don't. Yeah, I've already been getting in trouble for that today. I've been told that I shouldn't be talking about how hard I work or I want to lose my money. There goes the Vienna sausages. But, but getting back to the star people, we'll talk about the boots on the ground here in a second. They would take natives into the sky with them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the women would come back impregnated. But here's the weird thing. They were never allowed to give birth. They were always would come back and get them before they had birth, and they would take the baby. Now, does that not sound a lot like the abductions that we're having now?
Sounds, yeah, exactly like the abductions we're having now. Very much. Well, there were also stories of them impregnating women here on Earth, and they did have children. So both of them, which makes me think about the fallen angels and
Oh, yeah,
them.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
The black-eyed children.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, if you look at black-eyed children, the way people describe them, and then you take and you look at a gray, they got big black eyes too.
And I've heard other stories where people have stated that they have had come across what they believe was their child from being impregnated by one of these beings. And exact same thing. They would say that they look like black-eyed children. And there was something off about the kids too, like they were emotionless, just didn't seem right. These kids.
Well, you remember the lady that we had the encounter from that said that she went in to check on her son, and one of them was standing at the end of the bed over him?
Oh yeah.
So they're definitely interested in the children.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because if you take a child at an early enough age, they don't know any other life, and they can mold them a whole lot better. It's
Do you think they're making human suits out of human bodies?
doing an Ed Gein. I don't know.
I mean, because it says that they even whenever they were cast out of the human, they didn't like the feelings so bad that they even asked to go into the pig, because being outside of a body is the last thing they want. They want a body.
I don't know. Kind of. That's the case. I mean, you could go into the whole theory of is that what zombies are, or maybe they are taking corpses, and that's why people say that they see aliens with big heads and they look so thin and gangly. I don't know.
I
There's
think
so
so.
many thoughts to that.
I think that the star people, I believe, are the fallen angels. I believe they're demonic. I do not believe that they're good.
Mm-mm.
Nothing good is going to use you as a slave to dig gold and then cut your arms off if you don't get enough. I mean, it sounds to me like they were wanting to be worshipped. Um, you know,
Well, even if you look at the story of the Egyptian rulers, they were supposed to have been um, of children of the gods from the heavens, and they had the elongated heads, which the elongated heads also match some of the rulers of like the Mayans and some of the other cultures in South America,
and I heard,
and the stories are the
yeah,
same.
and I've also heard that a lot of them, the real demonic ones, they would have the a bunch of wrinkles on the back of their head, and it would be real flat, and
Mm,
that's how they used to recognize them. And
mm. Yeah,
kind of
flat
a kind of a
oblong.
reptilian, yeah, like a reptilian, like that
Yeah.
extra loose skin on the back of the neck,
Hmm.
or I don't know, maybe they were so ugly their mama fed them with a slingshot and didn't pick them up. I mean, I don't know, I wasn't there, just I'm speculating,
Hmm.
but when they start talking about star people, teaching them things, wanting things, giving them knowledge that they didn't know, teaching them how to use the herbs of the earth, and it all goes back. It's like biblical. It's like right on pace with it. So I mean, I
Oh,
think they were I think they were fallen angels.
there's so many stories, different stories too, and it's almost the same, and depending on different cultures. They have the flood story, but then they have stories where, yeah, these beings came down and would tell them things that were going to happen in the future. Or there was one story, I don't remember the whole thing, but there was one where what they claim looked like a human woman actually came down and was giving them advice and teachings and such like that. And it makes me think of too, like what was the I can't remember it. The three kids in Mexico that said they saw
Oh,
the Virgin Mary.
I remember that. Yeah,
That was fairly recent. So, I mean, could it have been? Could it not have been? And how are we to tell?
I think I think it was a shapeshifter. I have a theory on that. Uh, when you talk about the fallen angels, and then we go back into the biblical times, whenever they talk about
Hmm.
the angels were always taking forms of different things. Um, Even Lucifer disguised himself as the light. Um, some angels would appear as these big, strong, intimidating. They were scary, and I think all of them had a presence about them, a dominance about them. Because what did most angels always say whenever they had a connection to a human, an inner, or where
Don't
they would meet? They would
don't be
fear,
afraid. Yeah.
right? Fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not. Because there's even stories to where angels would take the form of humans and sit down and eat with humans. They would actually eat.
Hmm.
So they were able to shapeshift. So if you look at it like that, and then you look at shapeshifters today, we know, okay, we don't, I don't want to overstep myself. My opinion would be, and I'm not forcing this on anybody, but my opinion would be, me being a Christian, biblically speaking. Um, if okay, Satan does not have the power to create. Satan cannot create. He can only pervert what is already here.
Correct.
So if these things had already fell and they're already able to shapeshift, even if the good ones were, then that would mean the evil ones would be able to also.
Yeah.
So if the evil ones are able to do it, what was that guy's name? Gerhardt. He was saying demons like to take the form of children. Why do demons like to take the form of children? Because children are
Not intimidating.
they're not intimidating, but also, what would scare you more, being chased by an adult monster or a little kid? Right?
It depends. If the kid's got black eyes, I'd be pretty terrified.
I will take the adult one all day long, because if them little ones come running at me, I want to see how far I can punt it. I mean, there ain't no way I want to be messing with anything like that. But it kind of goes to the story, and I will find this story for you guys. I read it, and it made sense to me. This is really weird. We're going to go into this a little bit, and then we'll go into the boots on the ground thing. Okay, so a werewolf, right? A werewolf is a shapeshifter, right?
Okay.
Because the actual definition of a werewolf, it would be a human going into this wolf creature, bipedal, canine-looking creature. So it is. There's a shapeshift there. There's a story, and I found it. And when I found that story, what I done is I cross-referenced it to other stories to see if there was any that shared, anything common with it. That's what investigators do when you're bored. And I found out that whenever you go through the werewolf stories, and I'm not talking about the recent ones, I'm talking about like the ones in Britain and over in that area. Even Pennsylvania in the United States had a lot of stories there. But anyways, overseas when it was first happening. So there was a guy, and at first they didn't know there was a werewolf. This werewolf was attacking and killing women and eating children. Okay, and it was a village. It was really afraid. They were scared to death. Who wouldn't be, right? And in the middle of the day, this werewolf attacks some children out in the yard in front of people. So the men in the town, they get a posse together, and you got to kill the werewolf. Now, the way they describe the werewolf isn't like the movies exactly. Okay, it was a dog-looking creature. It was bipedal, but it also ran on its front legs. Also, it did have hands. It was a werewolf, but not like Teen Wolf or none of those. It still had. It was a lot more dog than it was human, if that makes sense. Okay, it was more dog, but I mean, it was a werewolf. It was still walking upright. It still had hands, but it wasn't. It didn't have that as much human as what we portray them in the movies. It was still more animalistic, but you could see the human to it. Kind of hard to explain. But the weird thing is whenever they was chasing, I think they had shot it or cut off one of its arms, something like that had happened. And whenever they end up catching it, and it was another time they had caught it, they were chasing it, and whenever they catch it, it's a man in the village. It had already transformed back into the man when they had caught it. The man was apprehended. They took him back to the village. The man ended up confessing to being the werewolf that was killing and eating the children. They had a full confession. They asked him how he done it, and he said that he had made a deal with the devil, and the devil had given him a magic pelt. This pelt was a wolf pelt that he would carry with him to be able to transform. Now, the pelt would only work on a full moon night. There was something to do with the moon and the pelt that would cause the transformation. So I went back And I cross-referenced and I started looking, and I found a lot of the werewolves, they not all of them had pelts that were transforming, but they did have an item. It was either a medallion, a pelt, it was a ring. There was always something else involved that allowed the transformation. And I thought that was really weird because a lot of the evil people in the community are fixated on rocks and the power within the rocks and charging them by the moon. And then whenever you start connecting all that together, and they're talking about the pelt drew the energy from the moon to complete the transformation. And then you have people, using rocks and telling you, oh, God put the rocks. Okay, my opinion, I disagree. God made it clear that all we need is his name. The power is in the name, the power is in the blood. If you're using a rock, or even my cross, I have a cross that I wear, and this cross means everything in the world to me because my dad is buried with an exact replica of this cross. Now, the cross has no power. This cross has no power. All this is a reminder to me of what my father done. But this cross has no power. The power is in my faith and in the Word of God. That is just a reminder to me of what my father did. So when you start putting your faith into objects, you're really not doing anything any different than what you've done with the golden calf at the bottom of the mountain. And I think there's a whole lot of trickery there. And I think that whenever there is trickery and you start to believe it, then you open doorways and you allow things in. And I'm not going to say no names, and I promise I am not saying this as a dig at nobody. This is an honest to God something that I have seen. There's an individual on a channel that professes to exorcise people. He's into rocks. He had, from what I understand, a really bad encounter at one point before all this happened. It's almost obvious when you look at him, there is a possession, or at least a heavy demonic attachment, because you cannot be sitting somewhere and drop your head and leave your body uncontrollable. Okay, that's not not a good thing. That's not a good thing. And when I walked up to, now we're going to get into the boots on the ground. I'm trying to lead this into that. There's a reason that I'm doing this. So whenever you go into the boots on the ground, and it's been probably a month and a half back, somewhere along there, I walked over to that well that we had just previously discovered. When I walked over to that well the first time I found it, there was rocks on the well. These were granite rocks, and there was a couple of, it looked like they'd been bought at Walmart. They're not a natural rock down there. So somebody had brought them, and they were placed on this well. Placed. You could tell, like a clock. I didn't think nothing about it. I walked up, pushed them down the well. So that night, I ended up seeing what I first thought was a man in a cloak standing by the well. I thought it was a guy in a hoodie, actually, is what I said, I think. And it looked like a guy standing in a hoodie by the well. And it blew my mind because I was like, how in the hell would somebody get down here and, you wouldn't even be able to see him in a hoodie, right? But then when I got to thinking about it, I was like, this guy was way too tall to be a normal person. And humans don't have eye shine. This guy had eye shine. And I start wondering a lot of things, you're like, this probably wasn't a human. And then I know this is going to sound stupid, but this popped in my mind. The story of Little Red Riding Hood, the werewolf wore clothes, and
Mm.
that popped into my head down there. And you hear a lot of stories of people saying that clothes were stolen off clotheslines, and people would see something on the riverbank, they would think it was a man, but when they would get closer, it wasn't a man. So, anyways, after this happened with this figure, whatever this thing was, I have no idea. I'm not saying that I know what it was, but I know that there was something standing there that was very big that had what looked like a hoodie on, that's eyes reflected with the light. Now in my videos, we've been seeing it, and it's not at the same location. Not the last time I just went out, but the time before that, it was standing right out there. There's other times now that I have a lot of our viewers sending to me, and these viewers, because I haven't talked about this a lot, just the night that happened, they're sending me stuff saying, there's a man in a hoodie standing over there. There's a man in a black cloak standing over there. So now I'm wondering, where is this dude coming from? Is it coming from the well? I mean,
Well,
no, he
and
didn't have a sickle.
this is the same location too that you've seen those lights floating over it, right?
So yeah, it's the same location where we saw the orbs at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same place where I saw. Remember, they was really tall, looking around the trees at me that night. It's the same place where the screamer's at. So it's a pretty active place. But the thing with the hoodie, or the whatever it is, it's been at a lot of different locations now that we have first seen it. So I'm not sure what it is. The other night when I went to that one place, remember I told you, I said I don't even want to be here, where Abe said I didn't get further than arm's length from the car. Well, he was right. I didn't go real far from the car, and that's because I felt a heavy presence at that place. I didn't feel comfortable at that place. I'll be straight honest with y'all. I didn't feel comfortable. It was a very dark night. It was misty rain. There was cloud cover. There was no light, man. It was, black. And I didn't see it through the camera. Something walked in front of me. I saw it walk in front of me.
Well, there was the image that was sent in too. Did you never did see that image?
I couldn't see it. Maybe we need to. You have
I
to
ha-
draw it out for me.
I have it. You want to pull it up and see if anybody else sees it?
Yeah, throw it up if they want to see it, because I saw it actually walk in front of me, and that's what really freaked me out. I was like, didn't I say it walked right in front of me?
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't somebody say they saw like a blue light or something go by? Hey,
Yes.
Michelle, good to see you.
Somebody said they saw a light.
Oh, damn. Wildman said, chased down the road by a demonic doll. No. You ain't never seen an Indian run as fast as what I'd be running, I guarantee you. See, little things like that I just don't deal with real well. I'm pretty confident, though, that this right here would probably cover a doll.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident. Tell us how you knew that something was in front of you. Okay, Figgy, how I knew was, and God, I don't like to. Okay, so when I got there, the first way that I knew something was there, honestly, was the feeling I got. It wasn't anything I seen or anything that I heard. It was a feeling. When I got there, I had a heavy feeling. I don't know if a lot of you have ever been in a room with an actual demon. I have been. And that is a feeling that you'll never forget. It's a heavy feeling. It's hard to breathe. Your ears get hot. Your face gets hot. It is a feeling of a high anxiety feeling, but you don't know why you're nervous, if that makes sense. It's like you're really nervous, uncomfortable, maybe more uncomfortable, nervous kind of, but you don't know why.
Mhm.
There's not a reason for it. And it's like all of a sudden your senses are like fight or flight, but nothing has happened to put you there. So you're like, why am I feeling like this?
Mhm.
And that's how I felt when I stepped out of the car. I was like, man, I feel like something's going to get me, but there's nothing there. And it felt so uncomfortable. And then I heard like the walking kind of, and then I heard like, you just, I don't know how to explain it. You just know something's there. And I, I didn't expect it to walk in front of me when it did. And that was a little much, but it did walk in front of me. I did not like that at all. So, yeah. So what do we got here? Which one you want up first?
So could you see the first one?
34B6E.
Yep. Yep. Put that one up. That's further away, and then they're zoomed in. So
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
Sarah. That's Sarah out there.
Yeah.
No, not really.
So this is actually sent by Scared Silly. So I don't know if anybody can see it, but you can see there's that darkened shadow. Which, if you're looking, I guess if you, because you're not really zoomed in on it, so you can't really see very clearly. But um, that's I think from how far away. So our screen where we would have been seeing it, and then if you pull up the next one, it's zoomed in.
Yeah, because that one right there, guys, it's hard for y'all to tell. I know where I'm standing right there. From me to that black object you're looking at right there is probably around probably 60 yards. So you want
Yeah.
the next
Yep.
one
The
up?
next one is zoomed in, and then there you can actually see the figure actually standing there, and that was right. I think it was right before it went past you.
Catherine says it's on the right,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish I could see things as good as y'all do. Do
And
we
you could see the
do?
shoulders and everything from the light. It just sucks that light in. It's darker than dark.
Are you talking about center of the screen, the black thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that. Almost looks like he's wearing a backpack. Yeah, there he's got a fat back.
Or hunched over.
Oh yeah, maybe. Do you have the photo of the Bigfoot we caught down there? Do you happen to have that one
Yeah.
where it was walking toward me?
Um
Or we suspect that it was Bigfoot. Let me clarify. We suspect. Infinite Seven says he sees two figures. I kind of do too. It looks like one's following the other. I see that too, Infinite. Jesse messed up and missed that, guys. That's her mistake tonight. Hey, I can't make a mistake without you making a mistake. It just ain't fair. That might
maybe
be what chased me and Kaylee. Could have been. But Kaylee didn't hang around long enough. She was gone.
okay, I gotta pull it. Hold on. I lost
Amen, wild man. That's fact right there.
my backup drive today, my other drive today, so bear with me. I have to pull it from a different source.
Hey, I agree with Robbie and everybody. I do see two, though. I am able to see that now. I do see it. There, it looks like there's one following the other. That
Mm.
actually wasn't a hump on the one's back. It's the other one behind it. There was two walking together.
Oh.
See it? It's pretty. I see it now. Yep, that's it, Figgy. A black one in the back. Copyright, guys. Copyrighted. Sorry, I had to copyright that.
Mm-hmm.
You know I have to do that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's see if I can find it.
But yeah, that place down there, I can go back there one night if y'all want me to, but I really don't want to. So, I mean, if y'all want me to, I could go back there, but I really don't want to. I really don't prefer to go to that place. I could go there Wednesday if the weather's fine. I could set it up for Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, and we can go see if there's something still down there. Oh, Tim. Is it Tim? Tim. I think Tim sent it to me. The IR eye goggle thing goes on the gun and all. I used that the other night when I was leaving down there after I ended the live because I wanted to test it to see how well it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing. It was amazing. The fifth, no, not the fifth. That would be the third. So let's plan the third. I'll go back there for you guys. The third. If the
Figgy
weather,
says no.
if the weather is good, okay, and it will be at 8 p.m. And we'll see. I don't know for sure.
Everybody's saying go during the day.
Go during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could do a daytime because I could do what we wanted to try with the double phone.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's do a daytime. I'll have Sarah go out there and holler and whoop and jump around in a bunny suit. What time you think? 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. No.
What day are you going?
Yeah, it would be Wednesday. You wouldn't even be off work.
I don't work.
And it'd be dark at 5 o'clock, probably. Mm-hmm. That won't work. So let's do this. I'll do Wednesday nighttime. I'll do a nighttime one Wednesday night. I don't know where we'll go on that one. And then I will take y'all there on a daytime Saturday. How's that?
Okay.
And then we can do what we talked about. Let me write that in the calendar here. Let me see. Okay, and we'll do let's say 3 p.m.
Sure.
Central time. I'll have to make if the weather is also, because it's getting cold around here now. We're starting to get a lot of rain and stuff. I have to see if Sarah can get her bunny suit washed in time.
Just have
Sarah,
Kaylee wear it.
You have your bunny suit ready by Saturday? Nope, she said it's going to be Santa Claus in the woods now. She's got her Santa Claus suit. So it's good. What's that scary thing called? She's going to be Krampus is going to be out in the woods next time. That's going to be the Christmas special for the kids. Yeah. Make sure you let them stay up late. And I'll have Mom dress up like the Grinch. We'll have Krampus and the Grinch. It's better than a dead pig on the side of the road, right?
You're gonna put antlers on little werewolf, like
I'll
the Grinch.
I'm gonna take little werewolf and put a glowing red nose on him and some antlers on her. I could put her little feet on like some wheels on the back and tell everybody she's paralyzed and ask for donations, because ain't it this time of year you're supposed to start grifting and begging for money? I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people around this time of year seem like they always have something that comes up.
Maybe.
Gout especially. But anyways, moving on. Yeah. I'm going to stop because I want to go on, but I'm not. But anyways, we will try to do this. So yeah, that worked out great too, because that's going to give y'all a lot of lives though, because you're going to get, it's not going to leave much room for wide open, because we got a boots on the ground Thursday. We got a boots on the ground, or a boots on the ground Wednesday, boots on the ground Thursday, a guest Friday, and then a daytime boots on the ground the 6th. So, plus all the other things we've got planned. It's coming up.
Busy.
That's okay. And it's weather permitting because the weather has got weird around here. But so we're ready for this next photo?
Yeah.
This is when I left, guys. When I said I seen something walking at me, this is what I saw right here. Excuse me. Now I do see that mofo
Mm.
because I saw. But are you noticing anything though? I think this is just me. It looks like something wearing a hoodie.
It does, because you could see like the shadow, the hood, and I don't know. Is it another one standing next to it, or is it like holding its arm out? I don't
It
know.
looks to me like it's holding its arms out, like walking, like you know how kids used to play like a zombie.
Or it's holding a head in its hand.
Ew, God, yeah, it kind of does. Okay, so I don't want to freak anybody out. There was a body recovered there that drowned. That's true.
Oh.
Yeah, true story.
Hmm.
Same location that was walking at me from too.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's got something in its hands or in its arm, like it's holding it out. I don't know.
It was Sarah in her raincoat.
Yeah.
Had to be. Belinda said it's Santa looking for Krampus. But
What
no,
was
whenever I saw that walking at me though, and that's whenever I was like, "No, we're leaving. We're leaving."
what was creepy though is it like in the camera you could barely see it moving, and right before you were like you could then see it actually move in the light when you zoomed in on the video and watched it. I wish I had a stabilizer that I could actually put the video in and actually stabilize the video, because it
Ooh,
would
I
have been
do
a
have
lot
a.
clearer.
I have a stabilizer.
Oh,
If you can clip that part and send it to me, I will stabilize it and send it back to you if you want it.
okay.
My
You don't have to send it
the
back to me. It's for you. It's your video.
well, oh, I mean, in case you want to see what it looks like stabilized, because the editor that I use, it does have a stabilizer in it. Because whenever I use my cell phone when I'm recording, it doesn't have a stabilizer. Now my GoPro does; it'll automatically do it. But the camera, the cell phone, I do have to run it through the stabilizer because if I don't, it's like do 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 do.
Yeah, I could
Uh,
send it. I could resend it to you and clip it. Yeah,
Figgy sees three things.
3 things.
That was a wild night. That was a very wild night, guys.
Too many eyes in the picture. I don't see the eyes.
And we're going to go back there, I guess, Saturday if the weather holds out. So we'll see. It's like 23 degrees out right now. So it's pretty cold out right now.
Yeah, that's what it's like here. Except it's still snowing.
Yeah, I wish we could get some snow.
You can have it.
That would take it.
Oh,
I'd
I
be
take that
hunting.
back. It's 33 degrees.
Youth.
I still think it. I don't think it's always right. It always seems like it's off. I think they have the temperature gauge out a little further.
Yeah, probably. Guys, that's pretty much all I've got for you tonight for this Saturday night. I don't think we're going to be going. Let's see. Do we have anything for tomorrow night? Do you remember? I have to get my calendar back out. Just
I don't think so.
let me see if we got anything going on. My calendar's almost done for the year. How did that happen?
No, nothing tomorrow.
So this is what, the 29th now, the 30th, tomorrow's Sunday.
I'm working on something special for Wide Open Adventures, though, that hopefully you should be able to use for your next one.
You want to do a Wide Open Adventures live tomorrow or something? I'm free tomorrow, and it would be good for that channel.
Sure, why not?
I don't know. Does anybody in the chat have any ideas of a subject we could go over for the outdoor channel? And we'll do another live tomorrow. It's cold and nasty out. I mean, we might as well do a live tomorrow. Anybody have any ideas? Any subjects you'd like us to go over for Wide Open Adventures? We could get Mom to come on. I don't know. No, she probably won't. But anybody has any ideas? The tundra is coming. Yeah, it's getting cold out. You got any ideas, Jesse? Anything you want to talk about on Wide Open Adventures? Any questions or anything we could talk about? No?
At this moment, no.
We'll have to figure it out. Unless somebody in chat happens to have an idea. Good night, everyone. God bless you all. Good night, Lisa. Good night.
Lisa Ann.
You get a strike next time you come back for leaving early. Now you can go. Weapons? Figgy wants us to talk about weapons.
We can't do a live on, but you could go. It kind of went over some of the knives.
We can talk about it, but we can't really show. Brenton saw one in the Dero. I don't know what that is.
DERO. Brenton saw one. Wasn't he a investigator?
I don't know.
Bigfoot investigator or Dogman investigator or something?
I don't know. That's crazy. Hey, we might be able to get. Maybe we can get Josh on with us tomorrow.
Well, then if Josh is on, you definitely don't need me.
Oh yeah, it'll be funny.
No.
Yeah, that's the funny part is watching you stare off into space.
DERO, Hollow Earth Theory.
Ooh. If we did that tomorrow night, it would have to be on Abnormal.
Well, that's definitely a good topic for Abnormal.
It would be. New England Dirt Roads. We had an encounter with the Dero. Well, you want to come on tomorrow night, New England Dirt Roads, and tell us about it?
That's not wide open.
Well, yeah, we probably won't be able to do Wide Open, but I got something for Wide Open anyways. We had a Wide Open drop today, so go check it out, guys. Yeah, it dropped at 6 o'clock. New England Dirt, is that Rhodey?
Rhodey.
Would you like to come on tomorrow night and tell us about your encounter? Because that sounds really interesting to me. Because Jessica Jones, for a while, was having a lot of encounters with interworld beings. I remember that. Remember when that happened to her? I don't know if you watched that. I didn't. Brenton saw and did. Yeah, that turkey looked delicious. That turkey was delicious, Grace. It was. Okay, guys, we will figure out something for tomorrow night. If we do Wide Open Adventures, I don't know what we would really go over. I think we pretty much covered most everything for right now until we go hunting. We could do...
Michelle says you and Logan should have a dance-off.
I could outdance Logan. He can't dance. I can do the Elvis. Sarah does Michael Jackson.
Oh, New England said he didn't have the encounter. Richard Schaefer did. Shaver? Shaver.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll figure something out, and we will do something on one of the channels. Probably more. It would be Wide Open Adventures tomorrow night. Just have to see if Josh is free.
Okay, now I need to know. He's only ever been insulted by a Bigfoot.
Who?
New England Dirt Roadie. He says he's only ever been insulted by a Bigfoot.
Oh, no.
What?
I probably don't want to know. Probably don't want to know. Everybody's saying good night, and I think that's a good idea. Jesse, would you like to walk us out of this one real quick before we get ourselves tangled up into something?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please stay warm, stay safe, be prepared out in the snow. And God bless.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Hunter, I want to say that I love and miss you each and every day. I will never ever give up on you. God tells us to have faith and hope, and I am continuing with the faith and hope. I miss you. We got a lot of making up to do when you do come home, buddy. We're going to have a lot of adventures, man. Hope you're got some strong legs and ready to do a lot of kayaking and camping and hunting, because I got a lot of plans. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Sorry the show wasn't longer. There just wasn't a whole lot to go in on that, because I think we've pretty much covered that. I think it falls right into the Fallen Angels, guys. I believe that's what it was, just under a different name. But anyways, we will be doing some Boots on the Ground coming up. I know that's your all's favorite. We got some good guests coming up. And hopefully tomorrow night we can have a wide open live over something. Me and Jesse will try to figure something out tonight and tomorrow. And we'll do something with wide open tomorrow. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for the hearts for the kids. It means a lot to us. Love you guys. Good night. Stay warm and sweet dreams, Clough. All right, guys. Good night. We'll see you on the next one.
All right.